Hello guys, welcome back to Algebra class. And this time I will go over this last review. That's the last review. And obviously some of these need a calculator, but well, I believe most of them you can do it by yourself, so I will just trust you on that part, okay? So question number 1 and question number 2, as you can see, number 1 is equal to sign, the other one is inequality sign. This one is easy. So here, if you do this one, you cannot put this one into the decimals because of course not. So what you gotta do is this part you just write it down, but you cannot put equal sign. So the other side you gotta flip the sign, just like inequality. So instead of minus 2x, you're gonna write plus 2x. Instead of plus 3, you're gonna put minus 3. So you will put this one into decimals. Let's see how it goes. So I will write 4x squared plus 2x plus 2x minus 3. So you have this one. And question is obviously asking for the solution, which means you are going to look for the x-intercept. So negative 1.5 and x equal to 0.5, which is, if you flip this one into fraction, it's going to be negative 3 over 2 and positive 1/2, which means you have two answers for this one. So to me, it looks like answer is going to be D. I mean, obviously you have two answers, so that's the reason. Now, just remember, if you feel like you cannot find the answer, that means most likely you made a mistake somewhere over here. So don't panic. Make sure you do what you gotta do. Question number 2, you just need one more step. Step 1 is pretty simple, like same. You write 12x squared minus 3x. You cannot put this one to decimals, so you're going to flip the sign, which is plus 8x minus 2. So let's put this one into decimals. Very simple. So it's going to be 12x squared minus 3x plus 8x minus 2. So as you can see, we got this. Now, so we get what? Negative 0.667 and 0.25. If you don't know how to change it to the fraction, well, that's messed up because I've explained this one like many times. 0.667, and obviously this one is gonna be ugly fraction. So what you gotta do is you delete this one, you keep pressing 6 until you get what you want, which is negative 2/3. Oh, what am I doing? So it's gonna be, if you look at this, negative 2/3 on the left, and you gotta put 1 over 2/5, 0.25, which is 1/4 on the right. So now, which one is a negative 2/3 and 1/4? It's gonna be B or D. So answer is gonna be B or D because it should be negative 2/3. So what you gotta do is you gotta choose one number between negative 2/3 and 1/4. I mean, usually it's gonna be 0. Where do you have to put it? Some of you put it in here, but you're not gonna get true or false. So what you gotta do is you gotta put it here, but instead of x, now you're gonna plug in what you chose in the middle, which is a 0 in this case. Right? Just make sure you don't put x, you just put 0 instead of x, and you put this one into calculator. If it is true, if you get true, well, you're gonna get, it's gonna be shaded inside, which means x is gonna be in the middle. If you get false, then you're gonna have or statement. So if you're confused with that one, well, it's okay because you multiple choice, it's gonna be easier. So if you put this one to calculator, which you don't have, most likely, you will get true, okay? If you wanna do it by hand, these two will become 0. That's the reason why this is true, because 2 is greater than or equal to 0. So answer is gonna be B. All right, so that's about it. Question number 3 is easy. Again, if you want to put this one to decimals, usually you're gonna flip signs for everything, but not this one because these numbers are already inside the absolute value. So what you gotta do is, instead of flipping sign for like this entire thing, you cannot put equal to sign, so you're gonna just put minus at the front like this. That's what you gotta do. You don't flip the sign for this two. You just put minus in front of this absolute value. That's all you need to do, okay? And if you put this one into decimals, you're gonna get the answer, which is very simple, like just 2 of this one, absolute value of x. Again, you cannot put p, you gotta use x, 3x minus 4. And do you see it has this weird graph, but you're not gonna use this y-intercept. What you're gonna use it is x-intercept always, which is 1 and 2. So your answer is gonna be C, because you have 2 answers, okay? So I believe rest of the questions, I think you can do it by yourself. Just if you have any question, let me know. Just remember, last 4 questions, you must know how to do it, all right? All right, that's about it, guys. I love you as always. See ya.